as Carolina emerge from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been. And he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready? Mike 50. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Hey.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
At the 29-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He's going to look deep down the field. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Dez Bryant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Foles. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards the pickup there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go with Leonard Fournette, 3rd-year back from LSU. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Foles. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. 30, the 20, 10, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass.
Pass.
Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Gronkowski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Now Newton. Flush to his right. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now this time he'll look to throw. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Panthers. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
Great. 44, 40, express! 44. Pick it up, guys, pick it up. 40.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have.
And he's going to go down again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
44, Mike, express! Let's go. 44 to Mike, 44 to Mike. Check. Nice, sweetheart. Check 3. Gun. 8.
From the gun, here's Newton. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers, to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
I got you. 56. Hey, exit. Right there. 56.
Here's Foles. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. It's my boy.
That pick six extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Motion, bump, 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 bump. Curl. Hey, Caden.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught at the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On the draw, this is Fournette. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit. Right
now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. After the run, Newton going to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 83 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go,
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. On first down, Newton. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off inside the 5. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Great.
2nd and 10. Looking left side, that's complete to Oliver. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
What we got? 6.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
180. 1. Let's go right here now. Check.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Steps, now a hit and falls, loses the football. It's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Gun.
Here's Newton taking a shot for Samuel. He's got a man complete. The 30, 10, 5, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point try good by Gano, and a rout is on here in this first half. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. They'll look to throw here on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off at his own 47, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. Ready? 8. Express. Stay at home. 8. 44's Mike. Check. You.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Gun. Great.
Newton to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Off play action, Newton. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go. Here we go. 180. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Fournette, a first down carry. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
13. Go with 5-3. Hey, echo.
2nd and 6. Looking long for Westbrook. That's going to be caught. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And getting our first update now from Nashville. The Bills have taken the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Gun. Watch the slant. Check 37. Check 37. Get it. 44. Lost the pass.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
From the 44, Newton. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
I got you, pump. Bang, 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 bang. Big edge. Great. Tighten up. Shift. Any weapon.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Here we go with McCaffrey. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Newton now to throw. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Now the Panthers going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Watch twist. 20. 20. 44.
Now Newton. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton as his guys continue to pour it on. Gano the extra point, and a rout is on here in this 1st half. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball. Check 24.
Let's go. Great.
Mike, check. 59. There we go. 59.
Let's go. Great.
Check. 59. Come on. You better bring it.
They'll throw now on the final play. Sharks got it left side. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally, you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Open man is Westbrook, complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Foles now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Keelan Cole, the intended target. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10.
Gun.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That's taken on the 25. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I'm coming after you. He's checking. He's checking. Crash. 44.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Switch. Gun. Watch the flag. Motion.
On first down, it's Newton. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, with that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Newton on 3rd down. He wants it all for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Well, remember, last year in Week 5, Gano was good from 63 away to beat the Giants on the final play. This not as critical of a kick or as long, but also not as successful.
You're exactly right about that. I was fortunate enough to be on the call for that game, you know, and me and my crew, we got to see him. And when they lined up, we thought, that's a long way. We know he's got a big leg, and then he hammered it. Probably would have been good up to about 70 yards. And after the game, the head coach, Ron Rivera, told the media that his special teams could...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Trey Boston shot through on the safety blitz for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Newton. And an alley to run. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Jags grab it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
First down.
180. He's coming. Check in. Mike 28. Mike 28. Hey, Alpha. What are you?
Now Foles. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Recon, 132 fighter. He's coming. Check in. I got you. I got you. Check three. Check three. Check three. Here we go.
Foles. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together. They had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it's third down.
Brings up third down and 11.
No. Off. Slam. 8. Check three. Joker.
Newton throwing again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on fourth down.
8. Check.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. To throw is Newton. Dancing to his left. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton with his 5th touchdown pass of the game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. K-Wan Short able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brian Burns brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Newton. And oh, look at that, a diving catch.
Maximum effort, partner. Minimal gain.
Yeah, minimal gain. Looked good, though. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the 50, Newton. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now this time he'll look to throw. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Foles. The open man is Westbrook. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Rashawn Golden, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but Very little reason to use him at this point. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
And while it's highly unusual for NFL teams to think about using their quarterback on key third-down runs, none of those teams, save one, has Cam Newton. He's unique, one of the biggest quarterbacks you'll ever see. Give him the ball. Let him pick it up.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.